guys, you may notice a bit of a refresh and pivot because I've had a month and a half out of not doing this stuff. Obviously, you've got busy lives, so you probably haven't noticed at all. But yeah, I wanted to focus more. I think there's more magic speaking to people like the fine Harley Ashdown today, aka Lugger. We're going to get into a good conversation. We knew each other from primary school, and it's this tiny village, Brayford. And I think as you go through life, we're early 30s now. You start listening to all these podcasts, or these YouTube, these super successful people, and we see all the success stories, but you don't see the people building things very often. They're not very honest about it. So I think that's what I'm trying to focus on now. And that's a good pivot. The first guest being Harley here today. So, hey, give us a bit of background, mate. Let's go back to the very start, just to give a bit of contextual.
Where do you
yourself,
want to start,
man.
mate? Where do you want to start? I mean, literally since I was, 8 or 9, it's always been sort of like timber's sort of been in my blood, really. I mean, I remember like finishing school, and I'd go up to my uncle's yard. He had like a yard in South Molton. He was doing tree surgery under the power lines, like Western Power. So he always used to take me out to my granddad's every Friday. So I used to walk up there, so I was always surrounded by it to start with. And I'd be out in the woods mucking about all weekend. Like summer holidays, I spent all my time out there. And then
You weren't gaming, no?
absolutely not. I don't think I've ever owned one, to be honest. I think we shared one, and I just wasn't interested. I was never interested in it. Like going through school and stuff, all my mates like Call of Duty, and I was either out playing football, mate, or I was out mucking about in the woods. Just But everyone likes different things, don't they? So that was sort of I just like being outside and being sort of free, really. And that was I started doing that, and where do we go from there? I mean,
because you were born in Brayford, right?
I was born in South Molton. I grew up in South Molton, but most of the time I spent all my free time was in Brayford.
Because of your uncle and...
my granddad lived there, my uncle lived there.
Yeah.
And I just preferred being out, being free. You know what I mean? In town, you're sort of surrounded by people. I just liked being out in the woods, mate. I loved it. And sort of taking me from there, really. So I grew up, went to school, went to college, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do, to be honest. Like, when I was younger, I never had like I want to do that. Like a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't do they? And I never knew, and so I went and worked for my uncle. I hadn't done that, so that was tree surgery. Done that for a year.
What age was that? Sorry,
when I was about 18, I think. So I just
18.
So I finished college and worked for him for a year.
Sorry, what did you do? So school though. So you didn't, no idea.
No idea.
I'm guessing
mate.
were you quite academic? Do you think?
Average.
Average, yeah. Okay.
I think I got C's in everything. It wasn't like
okay, but you got by. You got.
Yeah, mate. I was alright. It was okay. Yeah, it's fine. And I loved sport as well when I was younger. So I was football mad, cricket mad.
You were in the academy as well with football, weren't you?
Yeah, like what did we play?
A good
I
level.
played for Tiverton. I had trials for like Exeter and stuff, and went up. I had some open trials at Tiverton, and then went up to like Leicester's academy for like another open trial and stuff like that. But yeah, I love that. And then I sort of thought, right, I'm going to do it at uni. So I've done sports science at uni.
Oh, so you actually went to uni?
Yeah, I went to uni.
Right.
I've done 3 years at uni, and I soon realised after about a year it just wasn't for me.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I enjoyed sport as a hobby, and that's where I found that out. And I was sort of like a year in, and I was like, this ain't for me, but I need to see it out now. So I see it. I got 2-1 sports science.
Okay, fair play, yeah.
So got 2-1, and then
you could have thrown it in then. So well, I guess what kept you going? Because a lot of people would have just said, forget it. There was something that kept you there. Was it like I don't want to let family down?
I think as well, but also for myself, like just to prove I can do it as well.
Yeah,
I think proving to yourself, sort of. It's like anything, isn't it? Some stuff's hard, but you still got to do it. And I think like even that, it was difficult, and I didn't enjoy it. But like even now, I don't enjoy some stuff doing what I do now, but you have to do it, and that's life, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'd done it, and I was working like through. So I was doing that, and then I was working like every opportunity I could working as well. So that was going. Like, I was working through the summers and stuff like.
Oh, so you come back and go with your uncle?
Yeah. Well, I did. I had another job then doing like firewood through then.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
So I stopped working for him, and I sort of listened to the wrong people as well. I think at the start. I mean, people say like. I listen to one say like, oh, there's no money in this, there's no money, and then you sort of, when you're not sure what you want to do, you listen to a lot of people that might not be the right people as well. So like,
yes,
he was saying there's no money, and so I was like, oh right, I'm not going to do that. And then, but then you've got to really look at the people that are telling you that, and like, who are you, and like, what are your goals, because that'll tell you a lot about them and like what they're saying, because people that are saying it were just working 9 to 5 and going to the pub and stuff like that, and I was like, oh shit, like I shouldn't have listened to you, I don't think, because you have to decide for yourself at the end of the day what you want to do, and a lot of outside influence will make your decision for you sometimes, especially when you're young,
yes,
and you're not sure sort of
it can lead you down a bad path,
definitely,
can't it?
yeah, or like it's
off.
like that, like you could see it as like I've wasted 3 years at uni doing that when I could have invested it in something else, which is probably true, but then it's got me here, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's everyone's got different path, haven't they? But I think you just got to be careful who you listen to as well. And
that's a brilliant one.
yeah,
and I think, like you say, when you don't know what you want to do, and well, if you go in uni, you realise what you didn't want, which is, I think that's the
definitely.
Most of us, it's really difficult to know what you want. And I think there's this big
There's a
thing,
lot of
like,
pressure,
yeah, there is. Like,
massive pressure.
you're asked it through as a kid. You're asked it when you get to school. You're asked it into college. And I didn't go to uni because after music failed, I just thought, oh Christ, I don't know what I'm going to do now. And then you're in that. You think like,
and it's quite a worrying place to be.
Horrible,
like,
lost.
If you're young, and you don't know what you want, and then you got everyone asking you like, oh, what are you going to do then? Like, well, man, I don't know what I want to do, but just stop asking me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wish I knew. I wish I knew, because it'd be ideal, wouldn't it? Because you know what
your passion,
and your steps to get to where you want to be, and like I didn't, but then you just got to carry on and see where life takes you. I mean, it's worked out right sort of for me. So
it's worked out pretty damn good, and we'll come on to where you are now. But I mean, just that so after uni, you've come out. What age were you then?
21.
21. Okay. Yeah.
Was I 21? 20? Yeah, something like that.
And then I worked.
So I worked for someone who's done firewood then, so firewood processing. So I worked for them for a long time.
How many years were you there?
8 something.
8 years. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I worked when I started. I was like 18.
Oh, I see.
So
I do go for
from uni. So I started like when I went to uni, I was working all the time that I could possibly, because I'm just mad. But then,
where did that drive come from then? So you've been.
So I had nothing ever given to me, to be honest. Like really, like
family had money.
No, not
really.
No, not really. Like we, it was fine. Like there's always presents at Christmas, birthday, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We went on holidays and stuff like in England and a few to France and stuff, but not like, oh, I want to buy this machine or I want to have this car. Can you buy it for me? Nothing like that. It was never like that. I always paid for everything myself, and that's sort of. Well, you either want it, and if you want it, you've got to go and work for it, and that's what I sort of done. And
did your parents quite good at instilling that in you? Then, do you think, or was that naturally you saw it?
I think it was just like I realised, like you,
like, and you're working with your uncle, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, so like my granddad and stuff. He retired when he was 70, I think 70 or 72. So he worked all his life since he was like 13. Yeah. So him and his brother started that tree surgery business, and then. My uncle and so my granddad's brother's daughter took it on them two, and then my uncle bought her out. So that's sort of been going for years, like 2 generations of that. So it's sort of been like in the family for a long time. And I've just so I just love like the smell, like that's all that I remember is like jumping in that truck and like you just remember like petrol and like sawdust smell, and I just like. Never sort of like lost it. I love the smell of it. Like, and it's, I don't know.
When I come down to the yard, I'm always like, you can see and people get bored of me saying this stuff, but it literally lights me up, because when I see someone that's genuinely just infused by what they do and they're in it, you can see you're in the zone.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love it.
There's something wonderful about it. But you, like you said, you didn't get there. Like if young kids or there's a lot of guys out there now, not going to university, they're lost as hell, and they're thinking, well, you two are all right, you know what you're doing, and look at all this wonderful stuff, right? But there was fucking years of...
Yeah, and you don't have a clue to start with. Like, And it's not like it's like that. I didn't have a clue I wanted to do the sawmilling until like 25. So
when to talk us through that then. So after you come out uni, you were now working
doing the
full time.
firewood.
Doing the firewood.
So doing the firewood. I was working. I don't know. What was I working? 60, 65 hours a week for someone else. So 6 days a week, and then through. So yeah, it was fair. It was fair again. And he actually bought a sawmill himself. This guy.
Okay.
And it was like a manual one. So it was just for him. It was just to sort of repair like log boxes and stuff. So it was sort of similar size stuff like this.
Okay.
Cutting stuff, and it was as soon as he got it, I was on it straight away. I was interested. So
you have to train for that to use?
Just work out for yourself, really. Sort of.
Okay.
It was just I just learnt by myself, really, mate. And I really enjoyed it, but it was hard work. There was no hydraulics on it or anything like that. So I was turning logs like that on my own.
It's like the thing we're doing now. We've come.
Yeah. So when you come and see me like move the logs and turn them, I was doing that by hand without any help.
Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah. So like.
No wonder your hands are rusty.
Yeah, I know, mate. But like, they've been worse, to be fair. But yeah, so I was just like, I really like this, and I was like, I want to do this, and I was obsessed with it. Like, I'd be going home, I'd be on YouTube, and I'd be watching videos. Like, I'd have tea, and then be watching videos on it all the time, sawmilling videos, everything, all night, and my missus would get absolutely fed up of it because I was just like, I'd be there, but I wasn't there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not present, But I was so intrigued by it, and I was like, look, I think I want to do this. So I was like, right.
Yeah. That's that moment there where you thought, hold on a minute, I might do this for myself. When did that?
Well, I think it was sort of the point, like that job that I was working, it was all right, but he owed me a lot of money. He didn't pay me very much. Like, it was getting to the point I was owing like 10 grand, I think, at some point. So it was a lot of money, and it was just like.
Well, there's your monthly salary just not being paid.
Yeah, or it's just. I think I was a bit younger and stuff, and like
you're naive a bit. Yeah, you don't really know how to.
And people take advantage of you, don't they? Especially if you're younger. And
you're a workhorse, so he's probably thinking.
Yeah, and like it was ideal for him because I was working 6 days a week, and he's like, "Oh, I can't pay you this week. I'll pay you double next week," and then it wasn't, and then it just like carry on like that, and it soon builds up if you're working a lot of hours.
Yeah.
But he wasn't paying me very much either for being self-employed either, and it was just I just had enough, and it got to the point where I like. Just had to have a word with myself, and I was like, look, are you gonna be happy sort of working for this guy or similar, or just working for someone else, making someone else money for the rest of your life, and you have to be at work every day for him, and you have to be somewhere at a certain time for someone else all the time, sort of be a yes man.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm gonna do it for myself now. I can't be asked. I know it's a lot of stress on your own and it's a lot of investment, but I was like, if I look back and I don't, I'm going to massively regret it. And
that's the thoughts you were having on your own, like, where were you
I didn't really speak
all day in the day?
Yeah, I was just fed up. It was just the same sort of thing every day, and I was just like, I don't want to do it anymore. Like,
So you may think as well, and that's when he owes you the money, you're thinking, like all of us, and when you watch it, you go, oh, what a bastard. But these guys, they come into our lives to force us. Do you know what I mean? And it's wishy-washy.
I have no hate towards that bloke either, because he did teach me a lot of things, and I am appreciative of that, because it's sort of. It's taught me stuff, and I've taken that into I've taken that into what I do now, like sort of the mechanics and fixing stuff and all that. So I don't have any.
No bitterness.
No, not at all, because I haven't got enough time and energy to be bitter with anyone anyway. Do you know what I mean anymore?
It's you already got.
There's no point, is there? You know, like he's taught me some things that I'll use for the rest of my life anyway, and it's all sorted now. So, you know. He does what he does, and I do what I do now, and it's fine. Like you say, like he forced me, he sort of pushed me to do it. So you got to be sort of thankful in a way that, because if he didn't owe me all that money, and if he gave me a pay rise, and would I have left, and would I be doing this now? Do you know what I mean?
The ceiling keeps on, because you hit a ceiling fairly early on.
Yeah.
Whereas other people, when I was in a corporate job, it give you that sort of, they go, this year, instead of 3%, you've done 4 out of 5.
They just keep you
just squeeze a company car or a little improvement.
Yeah. And then you just hang on, don't you? Because it's sort of comfortable enough.
And they make it so you it's a game, or like it's your progression. Like games, they make it so you progress. It's like that. But you just like, no, and at 25, you're then thinking, you know what, let me.
Yeah, and it was through COVID and stuff, and we were and that COVID time we were working like 6-7 days a week, like
Yeah.
every week.
I remember actually.
Yeah,
I think
like
seeing
it
you
was just,
every now and then.
and I didn't mind it because I had nothing else to do, so it was fine. Do you know what I mean? That was fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I've saved up enough money. Like I was like, right, that's it. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So I was ringing them up, you know, sorting it, and yeah, I put down a deposit. It was quite a big deposit, like 12 grand deposit on it.
Was it?
Yeah, I put down 12 grand. I put down 12 because
Truth.
the monthly was a lot less, and that I was, when you buy the first piece of kit or whatever, it's always a massive risk, and I was shitting myself because what if it doesn't work out, and you know, what if I can't afford to pay it?
Oh,
And
it's because I guess, sorry, just to go into a bit of the weeds here. You're 25. You've saved up, so you've been working like a twat, saved up the money, and then but you don't necessarily have your own work, do you yet?
No, so I've got to go and find work still.
So you're basically putting a bet on yourself, aren't you? You're going, right, I'm going to now go.
So I was just like, I was researching it and stuff around here. So I was looking like mobile sawmill stuff around here.
All around Devon.
Was,
and
and stuff like that. And there was a few people doing it. But I was like, well, if they're doing it, why can't I do it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and
did you have good support around you at that point? Do you think did they push you on? Was it really more just in your motivation?
It wasn't support. I didn't tell anyone. I'm a bloke, mate. It's just like, I just thought about myself. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, fuck it, I'll do it. And then I sort of told everyone after, and like my missus was fuming. So, mate, she was fuming. So I was like, lying in bed. Oh, mate, it was so.
What was she? What didn't you like about it?
It was sort of like, it's the risk, obviously. If people like, and it was a lot of money to start with. So like,
and you could have been buying a house at this point.
Yeah,
or going
I think
on
that
holiday,
was what
maybe?
she was a bit mad about, to be honest. Like, I was like, I've put down some money for a saw. And she said, oh, how much? Like, oh, 12,000.
At least you're honest.
She thought that was the, well, I was honest in the sense of I put down that, but she thought that was the whole amount. She's like, oh, how much is it? And I was like, well, it's a bit more than that. I was like, it's like 20, with the VAT, it was like 27 and a half or something.
That.
So
yeah, that's a hell of an investment.
Fuming. Yeah, but the way I saw it was, the monthly would be like a day's hire. So if I could get a day,
so you did all the calculations.
Yeah,
you weren't,
and I got like the price back what it was going to be, and it was sort of, I was like, right, I'm happy with that because I don't. There's not massive pressure for me then to be like, it has to be out 5 days a week. It has to be. Do you know what I mean? And then,
what's your break-even number first? What was that kind of? What did you go for? Because you know people are going to have different ways of why they take the leap, what they do. But starting out, you just like, did you just go? No, I'm going to back myself. I'm going to get 3 jobs this week.
Yeah,
at a certain rate.
I thought, well, if I can get even a day a week, the break, like how much I hired it for a day was like 50-60 quid more than what the finance was for the month. So if I could get even just a day a week to start with, I'm happy with that. Just to start with, while I was still getting this other, like working this other job.
Yeah,
and then I can sort of transition then. And
how did it go then?
Yeah, good. It was good. I mean,
so that first talk us through the first week or first month.
I think it was good to start with, but it was quiet.
How did you get your first customers?
Mate, I can't even remember. It's so long. Like, feels so long. I've done so much since then. But
yeah, no.
The first job I ever done. So I was driving up the lane, and I saw some logs on the side of the road, and I left a note, and I said, "Are these logs for sale or not?" And left my number. And matey rang me from the farm. It was I can't even remember his name now.
More local round North Devon?
Yeah, literally at the top of Bray Ford. If you go towards Barnsley on the left, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he said, I've got some at Oak I want you to cut up, blah blah blah. And so I fine, yeah, had a look at it, I cut it all for him, and he was typical farmer, haggling on the price.
How much did he get you down by?
Oh mate, it was like I was there. The problem was I was working there on my own, so it takes a long time, and like I think it was like 250 quid in the end, but I wasn't working there for.
That doesn't seem bad.
Well, yeah, but
back then
I was charging 360 a day, and it wasn't that much of it wasn't a full day, but like you know when farmers are just tight, and like it was just like fine, like it was first job and you're like young and people try and they think they can get anything out of you, don't they? So I was like, fine, that's fine, but it's good experience, and I got some good pictures and stuff like that, and it sort of.
And he got you away. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like, people,
exactly.
people are coming like, if you're not going to be able to charge full price to start.
No. And I didn't.
You know?
And the only and
No one knows you. No one really.
and they don't trust you either
No.
as well. And I think like now it's like you can show off all the projects you've been doing, all the mobile work, and I've been working for the National Trust and going all over for them, stuff like that. And people go, oh, well, if he's working for them and they're trusting him with doing that, then they're like, well, he can come and do that for me, or and stuff like that. And I think that takes time as well. It's not like a overnight thing, like with anything, isn't it?
But after those first few jobs, it was just a bit of word of mouth, and you basically, like you say, writing the notes or seeing someone on the side of the road.
Mate, I literally like was driving around and I saw some logs and stuff, and I was like writing notes and like leaving my number. It's just like.
See, that's you don't realise that there is where the magic is, because even when like digital would have been kicking off quite big at that point, but everyone's on there, everyone's trying to scram. It's you've got to be quite I think specific about who you're talking to, and there's lots of different strategies. But that there, a personal note. Especially to a farmer, they ain't going to be on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. Everyone works differently in the demographic, like the older demographic. They're not going to be on Instagram looking and go, oh, Harley's on there. Like,
Harley's dancing on TikTok. He can do my wood.
But it's it's like that. So, I was leaving. Oh, mate, so I was just going all over. And like, to start, the first year was quiet, and then as it went on, it really picked up the mobile stuff, which is good. But the problem was, mate, he was holding me back and he wouldn't let me work on for my he was taking the piss a bit, really. I mean, I was self-employed anyway, so I could do what I want.
How was that conversation then with him? Because you said, like, I'm going to start.
I said, because
there must have been a little bit of friction.
I said, look, he said, what did he say? Something about the machine. He said something about his sawmill, and I was like, look, I was going to tell you now, I've bought my own. I said, because I want to go out and sort of do my own bits. And he wasn't, I don't think he was fine about it to start with until I got busy. And then obviously I wasn't there. And I think, I was just like, it just took the piss a bit. But like, I think he couldn't find anyone else, not being big-headed, that was like reliable as me there. And that could produce as much fibre as, like,
consistent.
It was just a bit, I think he realised he was sort of losing me a bit, and he just took the piss, mate. He's like, oh, you can't, no, I need you that day, no, you can't do that, and all this, and he's telling me stuff in it. I was just like, you can't, and I told him, I was like, you can't owe me this much money and then tell me like what days I can work when you're going off shooting and all this. I was like, you need to... And in the end, it got to a point and I was just like, I'm done now, I can't be arsed. Like, I'm just going to, fuck it. I'm going to
go for it.
Yeah.
But that probably gave you a bit of a boost.
Yeah, I'd messaged someone else, and they were sort of looking. I said, look, have you got any work, just like a day or two a week, just to start with? Because I wanted to get out, and I had enough work to do my own, like 3 days. This is when I was just doing mobile work.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. So I was working like 2 days a week for someone, but I had a lot of time then to work on my machine and earn some better money, which is good.
Yeah.
And it come up, there was a like a yard for rent. It was really close, it was literally Brayford, like where we went down.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm fucking going for it. I was looking for ages, and they're all really expensive, and they weren't like the right fit for me. And this one come up, and it was cheap. The location was ideal, good access, everything. And I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I don't care anymore. Like,
I think you just got to
take the leap. Yeah, mate. Like, there's no good time to do anything. You just have to do it.
It's never a perfect, like, oh, okay, I'm turning over this amount of money or making this profit. I've got this amount of customers, so now I'm going to take on this thing, this extra machine.
I think you just got to, like, sort of look into the future and look at, like, your potential to what you could turn over and what you could make, like, profit. Like, that would significantly increase the turnover, profit, and it would
give you more exposure to
exactly, and more
projects.
Customers as well. Yeah, definitely. So it has.
And the way you're perceived as well, to a degree.
So I was just like, right, let's do it.
So that bit there, so before we get to what you're up to now, because it's obviously incredible what you're doing. You got the mobile sawmill. I mean, all your mates will say, like, and people joke about, like, you're always on the go.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you know what I mean? Like, and you would be delivering jobs at, I don't know, 2 a.m. sometimes. And,
there's been some long days. I've been,
just to show the reality of, okay, once you choose, this is the thing.
Yeah, you make your choice, and this is it. This is not like you finish at 5 o'clock. Like,
and your missus has like got dinner on the table and goes, "Oh, how was your day?" No, you.
I'm not there at tea time, mate. This like what we were down. I was down in Plymouth working for National Trust, so I left at like 5:30, 2 hour trip to get there 7:30.
Got us late.
Worked all day, mate. Yeah, I worked all day, and I got back at like 7:45, and I had orders to cut that were going out, and I had to be in like near Haverley for like 6 in the morning. So I worked till
Yeah.
I worked till 2:15 in the morning. Took it back. I had an hour and a half sleep. Got up at 4:30, 4:45, and then delivered it at 6, and then done another full day, and got back. And there's been a few times like that. But then the way I look at it is, I've got the opportunity now. Like, I created that opportunity for myself to have that, to get them orders, to have that work. So you have to take it. Like, I could just be working 9 to 5 and be on shit money, but now I've got that opportunity.
It keeps
I feel
you
sort of thankful for it, if you know what I mean. I think a lot of people be like, "Oh, fuck's sake, I gotta work now." Like, this is, if I look back like 5 years ago, I would have bloody dreamt about doing that now. So you have to be like sort of
do it.
Yeah, that's what I've done. So just
But
do it, mate.
You don't have the time. You don't need the time to go, bloody hell, I'm actually working like mentally. You don't even think about it, do you? You're just going, right, next job, I'm out.
Yeah,
but there must have been some friction or tension at home, with trying to deal with your personal life and seeing your mates, or
it's difficult. Like, very understandable.
If you don't mind talking about that,
no,
because,
definitely not.
I
mean,
people again
people
don't really see
it, do
it.
they?
No,
yeah. It's,
you don't talk about it, do you?
I think she understands a lot. Like, especially like when you start out, it's never easy, and you have to put the work in to get where you want to be. It's not. You can't just turn up at 9 and go home at 5 and do it. You have to.
Momentum, even as you start, and even as you start growing as you are now, it's.
Oh mate, it's still. It's not going to be. Yeah, it's not going to be. It's still the same now, to be honest. But I think that's you have to do it. You have to keep people happy. Is
that when you say your business philosophy and where you are now? If you look at where you started, because I guess we could talk about at each stage, but it's quite tricky because you've just sort of grown incrementally and just taken on more and then got involved in lots of projects. So I guess it's more of an interesting thing maybe to say. I guess how has your mindset changed? And sorry, what I was saying about your business philosophy is it just keep customers happy, always because you're thinking about local timber, you got a good message there.
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to get across is, you can go to Mole Valley and buy it, but where's that from? How far has it travelled? What's the quality? That's where I can tell everyone. I can say, right, that Douglas fir, that's from Tiverton, and it's been growing for so many years. I can send you the pin, and I can tell. That's what I do now. So on the invoice, I just sent some oak to Cameron, the Roanoke. So he's an oak for it. So I've literally I send the pin, how many miles it's travelled from where it's been standing to my yard, and then he can tell people how far it's gone from there to there. So it's a total miles. So how local it is, and then the quality. The quality is unmatched, really. I had a customer down near Haverley, and they started importing it, and even they have admitted the quality's miles better that I supply.
Really,
but it's just the price. But people don't realise you pay for what you get in the end, and the time. You could buy the imported stuff. It's fine, but it won't last as long. So you're buying twice.
More potential problems as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, as well, if you got a problem, you can come straight to me.
Right.
And and I'm like, right, okay, that's fine. I'll replace it, or if you're not happy with it, or whatever. So I think when you're dealing with someone local, you can do that. Whereas if you're dealing with people, it's difficult, isn't it? And
very much.
I try and pride myself on the quality of the stuff. I look at it and I say, if I look at it and think, I wouldn't have that, then it's not going out.
Really?
No, not a chance.
That's the standard.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if people are paying good money for it, that's what they should get. Definitely.
You don't need to. The thing is, people think, oh goodness, that's too much money. But there are people that are willing to pay for good UK British quality product made from someone like yourself with a really good story who looks after them. Yeah. They're willing to pay. And
I think that's what I'm trying to create now is the story behind it. You can tell them where it's grown, and how far it's travelled, and where it's ended up, and how good the quality is. Then people buy into that, I think, a little bit, especially if they're willing. Like you say, you've got to find the right market and the people who want to spend the money for it. And once you do that, then you're onto a winner, I think, because the quality's there. So it's going to. I was speaking to someone the other day, and they had Douglas fir posts. They weren't even treated, and they've lasted 25 years. Well, anything imported won't last that long, I don't think.
Right. Yeah. Talk to us about some of because I don't really know my wood.
Yeah. So I supply four types of oak: Douglas fir, larch, and western red cedar.
Okay.
So that's the main 4 I do. So they're all everything I buy is grown in the UK, and I try and buy it as close as possible to where I am, just to the haulage costs.
Yeah.
So the price.
Not cheap at all. Yeah?
Oh mate, no.
Has that crept up since you've been?
Yeah, well, yeah,
in
just
your
like
own-
Trump and stuff in it with the diesel, and like all the diesel's gone up, so everything. But then it's like everything, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
You
all
have to
relative.
just you have to like price it into how you sell it. But yeah, so I supply those 4, and then I just say like, people come to me and they say, oh, what's the difference and stuff like that. So you explain to them what the difference is and the quality and whatever. But they're all quality woods anyway. It's more like the look people want sometimes. So
Right.
and stuff like that.
I guess it depends on what they're doing.
Yeah, like
what use case, and then you.
yeah. So you try and sort of direct them to what best fits their project, really.
Yeah.
So like some projects, they want a frame would be probably oak's the longest lasting one, so it'll be oak, but it's more expensive. But then if you're building a frame and stuff, people have a budget and they sort of know what they're going to be spending. So yeah, so it's trying to direct people and what's right, and that's why now I think now I've done a few big projects and stuff. You can send them across to people, and they're like, "All right, it sort of shows them what it's going to look like for their project as well."
Yes, bit of inspiration.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if you I say, oh, like this is one I've done last year, and they go, "Cool, he's done that. That's quite big, and that's a big project." And like, all right,
And
he's
like,
pretty
okay, I can
legit,
trust
isn't he?
this
Like, and like that's what I do. So yeah, you just try and convince people, and that's the right option for them, really.
But I guess you haven't even, to a degree, got to convince people. Well, now because
Not now,
not now, because you're putting the work out there. You're getting because after you did some of the, I guess, farm work or smaller jobs, start doing the big stuff with National Trust or the forestry.
Yeah, so we do a lot of National Trust work now, and that's all over. So go down to like Plymouth.
Oh, because they've got loads of sites.
Yeah, loads
across,
of sites. Yeah. So like Plymouth. Where I've been, Linton, Arlington Court.
Yeah, I love it down
there.
there.
There's a really big job out there.
Yeah.
Up to like Bristol, go up all that way. So, and I've been up to like Oxford, working everywhere. Miles away. Yeah.
You would think that they would use someone more local to each location.
I don't know, but I think it's quite a niche thing as well. I think it's a lot of effort, and I can see now why people who have sawmills keep them in the shed and just work in the shed and don't take them out, because I've got to pack it up, pack all my tools up. I've got to drag it,
clean it down.
Yeah, clean it up. Make sure it's actually working properly and nothing's going to break. So it's like that. People don't realise how many spares I've got just sat in the truck if something goes. Because like I've had it when I started out to start with, I didn't have any spares, and I fucked it right up because the belt snapped or something. I didn't have any spares.
Oh, so you'd be out on a job and halfway through.
Yeah, I was out on a job in Heartland, and it got to like, it was ridiculous time, like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and it was in the dark. And it went, and I had no spares, and I was on my like.
What are you saying to yourself in those moments though? Back then, did you just go?
I fucking hated my life, mate, and I was just like, oh, I'm ready to pack this. Because I was on my own doing it on your own, and you have this massive machine, and it's quite like daunting, and then something goes wrong, and you don't know quite what it is, and no one around you has a machine like that you can just go, oh look, I've had this problem. You're on your own, mate. Like,
yeah, you've got to figure it out.
Yeah, and I've had a few times like that, and now I'm just like...
Don't phase you as much?
No, it doesn't phase me now.
I feel like, when I spoke to you, I'm been on the yard and stuff, it doesn't seem like this... whether you've got this natural thing of just cracking on anyway.
Yeah.
But you're also just, I don't know... You're willing, you know that you're going to do.
Stage, yeah, I think you get through a stage of like... At that start, that first year, you have a few things go wrong, and you're like...
Fuck it, I'm going to pack it in.
Yeah, mate, I literally was, and I was just like, I don't know.
How close do you think you get? Were you talk us through some of those really bad dark moments? Because look, it's not all roses.
Yeah, like I was just stuff would go wrong. Like brackets would break and stuff like that, and I didn't know how to. Like I was just looking at it to start with, and like I didn't know how to fix it, or I was like, what's gone wrong here, and how do I fix that? And I've had a few times like that, and you're just like, is this actually worth it? Like. And because it was stressing me out so much, and I was like, I just hate my life at the minute. Like it's just.
And I guess you get home as well, and your missus might be asking you how's it going, and
and
you having to say, were you honest about that, or were you a bit?
It's so hard to not take back all that stress into like that part of your life as well. And I think she's very patient and like understanding. She's been brilliant, to be fair. Like,
You got lucky there.
oh mate, yeah, I can't complain, you know. But yeah, there's been some times where I'm just like, oh, is this worth it? Especially like that when you say stuff breaks, you don't know how to fix it, or like.
Or maybe customers that are really awkward.
Yeah,
as well.
I've had a
You know,
couple of people that
expectations.
don't. Yeah, and people that are not paying and stuff like that. You know, even like now, I've got people that you don't pay, and you're like.
Oh yeah, at this very moment, I bet you're owed £1,000.
Yeah, over £3,000, I think.
Yeah.
At the minute. No, more than that, I think, actually. Like 5 maybe.
But that's
Oh,
just,
mate,
that,
it's just-
but that
you don't realise this when
no.
you work for someone else, because like it's just like last week I had like £8,500 in bills go out. Gone. Just like you're like, do you know what I mean? Like,
It
it's
is
mental,
mad.
mate. It's
Yeah.
mental. But
When you
then
think
it's
about that, £8,500 versus when you started.
yeah, I
you've got
know.
a bit,
Yeah,
you know.
oh my god, it's scary.
But that's the thing. This is the thing. Again, I think people go, okay, if I start out, I'm just going to have this growth phase, and I'm going to be turning over this, which means, and my bills are going to be maybe they're a little bit creep. But no, as you take on more, it just the responsibility and the pressure is still there at every level.
Yeah, it's like
Even more so. Sorry.
Yeah, well, definitely like that.
More to lose.
Yeah, it's more to you think
More
like,
to manage on the yard there. You know,
Yeah.
you started out. You're just going out and about. Now you've got fucking all sorts going on. I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's what I was to say. Like,
Got a new extractor thing built in.
yeah, it's like you just
£5,000
don't
or whatever.
£1,000 there, and like just buying the timber, 4 different species. Like you're looking at like that. That bill for oak was £5,600. So like
You got to know, and you got to know that's
the
coming
money,
in.
the problem is you got to really manage the money as well, because the bill comes out, which is big, but the money trickles back in really slowly. Because if you've got, all right, sometimes it doesn't. If you get a big order for oak, then it's going out again, which is quite nice. But like a lot of the time, you say like £1,000 order, it trickles and trickles. So the bill's big, and then it trickles back in. So you've really got to like manage it, and especially if you've got 4 species there, like you're looking at like 15-18 grand just lying on the floor waiting. So you've got to have just that, and you look at it and it's just a pile of wood, but it's like that much money, and then you've got to wait for it to trickle back in. So that's why like the marketing side, you like now everyone's doing it, aren't they? And you have to do it, I think, because if you get yourself out there, it's more prospect for customers, and you know, and it's like it's doing this, like people want to see you, don't they?
They do, and you know, even before this, you're not exactly the person that would want to be out there, filming yourself and.
Oh mate, no, that's not me at all. But like, you have to now, I think.
It is certainly a. I mean, you did incredibly well. Got to give yourself credit. I'll give you credit to get to where you did without doing any of this stuff. And now, obviously, as a mate, I was speaking to you, and you know what I've been doing, and it's like I just want to try and do it. I don't want you to do something that you're so uncomfortable with that you're not going to be able to keep it up. But even like you just being busy saying, "Oh, I'm outside today," people just are so distracted and they're bombarded with information. I think people are curious about what people are doing, but like you say, facts tell, stories sell. To get on this, and the way you have gotten, I think we all think we're a bit boring. We all think we're just like you're not bloke in Brayford, this little town village, but we've all got a story to tell.
Yeah, definitely. Like everyone has.
And there's a lot you have to offer and the lessons you've had. So, I mean, on that, I guess on that next phase of, to talk about some of the things you're involved in now that come onto your, or come into your inbox.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at what you're involved in. So talk about
different like projects, and some of them are really weird as well. But it's cool. Like even like the small ones. So like the other day, someone wanted a new seesaw, so a piece of wood. So it was like a 6x6, but then they're cutting angles on it for the stuff like that. And you're like, well, I'll do it. It's fine. Like, you just do it. I just say,
take it on.
Yeah, just say because it's cool, isn't it? And it's nice to be part of stuff like that as well. So like, I've done that. Or you look at it and you think, oh, that's me that's done that. Like, I don't want anyone else doing it. That's where I want to go now. I want to sort of be not big-headed, but I want to be the best at what I do, if you know what I mean. I think that's what anyone should aim for if they're in any sort of career path. If you want to do it, you want to be the best in sort of what you do. Some people are just comfortable being average, aren't they? But if I'm going to do it, I want to do it properly, mate. And
do you think your granddad looking? Because is your granddad still around?
Yeah, mate. He's 95, lives on his own still. It's class. Mate, he's unreal. Yeah,
he must be pretty proud of you, mustn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Like he comes down, mate, and watches me. He comes like I got there for lunch like every day just to make sure he's all right, and then he's like, "Oh, you saw him today, boy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, I'll be down this afternoon. I'm like, all right. He turns up in his absolutely battered Micra, just sits in the car. He'll sit in the car. So I've got a little chair. I'll just plonk it in the middle, and he'll just sit there for like half an hour, like this chair, and he'll just sit there and just watch it go, just watch, and he loves it.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
But you know, like, I think sort of done that as well, like to make him sort of proud as well, really. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, mate, it's like that. We do loads of stuff now, big stuff like houses, fucking all sorts. So
Yeah, what was the there was one you were showing me, and we'll pull up some of the projects you're working on, so you can talk through some of the stuff, because I'm just always amazed at. You know, I think people be surprised. Like, no offense to maybe because you haven't put some of it out or you haven't bombarded the net, but they'll be surprised what you're actually doing. Like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I think
people around the community.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think people just, if it doesn't get to them, they just carry on with their lives. They're not going to search for it, are they? So you have to get it out there. But yeah, we do a lot now, like houses, and quite a lot of houses. I've got another one to do now. It's a massive barn to clad, and people there's someone's messaged me for, like, they're doing a Grand Designs home, so we've got
Get on.
Yeah, stuff like that. So, and some of them start out really small. So like I was saying to you earlier, like one person just messaged me for a few oak posts, and then it's sort of, they're like, oh, can you do cladding? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, I'm doing this house. I better come out and see it. And I went out and looked at it, and it was fucking huge. And I was like, shit, what am I getting myself into? Like, fuck.
Is once you take it on.
Yeah, I know, you have to sort of see it through, but then it's like that, you find a way every time. And, you know, now it looks unreal, and like my name's on that, if you know what I mean, which is so cool. And I've done a load of houses now, just, and they just keep on rolling in. And I think once you sort of start and you show people what you can do,
they're going to tell people, aren't they?
Yeah,
you've got to go to this guy.
And a lot of people, what I quite like is, like, some of the other houses that they want to use local people as well, which is nice, because it gives you an opportunity to show what you can do, but it keeps it sort of in-house in a way. They're not importing it. And there's plenty of timber in this country and its quality that you can use. You don't have to go anywhere else.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, why would people, apart from it just being more affordable?
I think the price point is massive. Yeah. I think it's the price point, and I think it's like, people think, oh, it's cheap, so that'll be fine and it will last me, but like they don't see like the value of spending a bit more now for the length of time, if you know what I mean. So like the quality is so much better than it will outlast it.
If you had someone here that's like looking at various options, and they come to you, you know, let's say prospects, because you have lots of people, because you do. Like, talk about the actual things you do, though, in terms of, like, you got pergolas from deck.
Yeah, benches, pergolas. Yeah, we didn't the non-slip decking board, so that was out near West Down. So there's a massive oak bridge they wanted. I
tell you what, we could maybe, let's just have a look.
Yeah, I don't know if
let's
it's up
see.
there.
Yeah, let's pull some stuff up. Let's see if I can use this.
There he is.
Okay, so should we start with this one?
Yeah, it's Douglas Fir, I think. Going through, so that was the house. This house and the other house are like right up and down, literally on the same road.
Okay,
so it's the same guy who was doing it.
Yeah.
So he buys the land, builds a house, sells it. You know, he flips them, if you know what I mean. So yeah, he's the guy that comes to me wanting some oak posts, and then it sort of just rolled on from there, mate. So it's just mad, like how so there's the oak.
Sorry, the quality is. I should have. Well, I think the other one's been better.
Yeah, mate, the other one's
my bad.
But
you can hopefully see.
It just starts off like, and it was just the outside to start with, Lou. And I was like, look, I can't really. I said, I'll give you an estimate of what it's going to be, and we'll go from there. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. So it was just the cladding to start with. He's like, I want to make a oak frame out the front and the back. You're like, all right, that's fine. So we just carry it, and then it's like, well, I can supply that, because I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
because you want to, if you're going to do it, you want to do all of it, and be like,
why would you go elsewhere if once you're in?
I think it's the other thing about being reliable as well. Like, if you're going to say you're going to deliver stuff at a certain time, you have to be there, because people.
They'll put it behind for those sort of projects.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big project, and if he had a lot of people there helping him at certain times, so it had to be delivered then.
Right.
For him to do it, so it was like, that's why sometimes you have to work a bit late, not just finish at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, well, when you're involved in stuff like this, again, you don't mind. You're part in, like, That's just part of your. But you
Yeah.
might have a day. I was going to say, once you do all this, you might have a day where you have a bit of a quiet period. Not for
Yeah.
you, but
No,
that
but
will
it's
come
always
to
something to
somebody.
do. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're right, I've delivered that now, so I've got to sharpen a load of blades up now, ready for
Right.
next week. So that's what, you know.
But this is cool. Look at that. I mean,
Oh mate, it's sick, isn't it? And like, yeah, like imagine saying that I've supplied that. It's so cool, isn't it? And they look
it's
cool
wicked.
as well.
They
you
do
know.
look. It's like Canadian. Cause I've got family out in Canada. I just love stuff.
Yeah.
That's like all natural.
Oh mate, it is decent. That's so that's the frame, the bridge. Sorry. So these are massive. These pieces along here, they're like 5 meters long, and they're like 20 inches wide. I think they're like 3. And they wanted them wide so they could cut that curve in
Yeah.
for the bridge. And then he's like, oh, I need some non-slip decking boards. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to make these? So you just improvise. So I was like, look, I know someone who's got like a CNC machine. So if I cut them, he said sort of the size he wanted. So I was like, right, I know someone with CNC. So I got all these. He said how many he wanted. I got someone to CNC like a ridge out of the middle where these pieces go. So
Yeah.
and I found someone who supplied like the non-slip pieces, and then just put them together. So it's sort of like thinking on your toes a bit. Like, right, I've said like.
See, I'm not just built this. Like, I got no clue. How you
Mate,
would start
the only
this.
good like I supply it and then they put it together. But like, I had to think, right, I'm gonna have to find somewhere that does these non-slip things because at the minute I don't have a clue. I've said yes.
But that's what. Yeah. But you
But
you find a way.
You make it work, and they actually look really good. And so like now, now I'm like, well, I know I can do them. So
you
now
get
I
more
offer
of
them now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I've said like to the National Trust and people like that, where people are walking a lot. Like, obviously, you got to be fairly careful if it's wet and stuff and all that. So I've said, look, I can supply these and they look really good.
No, it looks the.
Yeah.
Got some more.
You know. And
Here you go. Anyone in the market?
yeah, look at that. It looks really smart. I'm really happy with that. So.
Good on you.
Yeah, mate, it's decent. Yeah, and this is like 5 miles from my yard. This one, and
Get on. You love that. Right around the corner. Easy for
Yeah.
you to
oh
live.
mate,
Yeah.
it's ideal. Yeah, it's ideal. And it's another one off Facebook. He's like, I'm looking
So
to clad this little house, and it's massive. It's like
I'm gonna say little house.
yeah, it's huge. Like it's the same. Yeah, so I took a bit.
Look at that, man.
He told me how big it was, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, right, I'm getting right on this, like straight on it. And he's like, oh, I was like, look, I'll bring up a bit, and you can have a sample and see what it's like. You know, put it up. So that's the sample I sent them, so they could see what it was going to be like.
Okay.
Because
So
sometimes,
of course you start there. Yeah.
sometimes it was, if people were spending a lot of money, they want to sort of see what it's going to be like, and they loved it, to be fair. And I was like, guessing that's ideal. So I gave them a price for it, happy, and it just went from there really on that one. And it's like they say, they want to use someone local,
Yeah.
and you can't really get much more local than that, to be honest. And
But he can talk about the story of where it's come. Literally,
yeah,
that's
like
the
this
beauty of
larch
it.
is from Torstock, so like Barnstable.
Yeah.
So it's travelled like what 12 miles to me, and then 5
Yeah,
miles to them. So you're looking at 17 miles from when it was standing to like now it's got a new lease of life,
Yeah.
and it's quite nice, like the round sort of story. So
Doing your thing for net zero, mate. Yeah.
this is a fit, but like you have to, don't you? Like this new generation are quite, you know,
Oh yeah.
environmentally sort of, you know, on it, aren't they?
Conscious, I guess.
Yeah, I
of
think
being
so,
put-
and I think that's, you know, yeah.
There he is,
this
look.
yeah, look at that, little workhorse boy. This is another one we did. What was this? Chumley, I think. Yeah, this is the way.
Okay, yeah, so not far again, really.
Oh mate, no, it's not far again. So it's probably about the same amount of distance travelled again. So
The thing is, you try and buy a bit of land these days to plot that on.
I
You know,
know,
back
it's
in-
difficult.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Talking
that's what
about
I
acre
kind of
now,
want to
it's
do.
like, I
Oh
don't know,
mate, it's ridiculous. I think it's 11,
11 to
grand.
15, is it?
Yeah, I think.
Depending on the.
Yeah, like how good the quality of the land is, isn't it? But yeah, so we supplied,
Amazing.
so Timber Tech, who are in Chumley there, I'll just give a little shout out to them. But
Yeah,
they were,
yeah.
he come to me and he said he's looking for some larch to clad a house. I was like, so when I had a look, whatever, and he told me what measurements were. I said, yeah, I can do it, that's fine. And yeah, it turned out pretty good, that one. It's really nice. So I applied
looks
all
super.
applied all the posts to the front, all the, everything. So
How long would the sort of project like this? Because I guess you're just feeding them.
Yeah, mate. So
every few weeks.
It's like that. You see on the trailer, I just load the trailer up as much as I can and send it
Yeah,
to them.
yeah.
So within reason, obviously, I don't break the law. But you know, it's but you know, and then they can crack on then, especially if the weather's good. So these are more like summer projects when the weather's nice. It's outside work. So, and then if I try and tell him like, when you're running out, let me know, because then I've got a bit of time, then I can cut it and get it to you then before you run out, and no one's like stood twiddling their thumbs, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
but I try.
There's a lot to manage there.
Yeah,
Isn't it? You think about all the different projects you're involved in, all different requirements and
I've got
timings.
to try and get everything
Hence
out
why
on
you're
time and just running around. Like,
we'll build a system for this. It's coming.
I know, yeah. But yeah, it looks really good.
It is a beauty.
Yeah, mate, it's smart, to be fair. It is good. This is the big...
Crikey! What have we got here then?
This is in Chariton Bishops.
This is my new pad, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. Cheat rate for you. Yeah, so this is the guy I was on about. This is the same guy. He messaged me just after some like 6x6s at 3 meters. I think it was these, to be honest. I can't even remember now. It was so long ago. And he's just like, yeah, I need some of these. I was like, yeah, that's fine, no worries. He's like, oh, I'm actually building a house, I said. I was like, right, okay. He's like, do you do cladding and stuff? I was like, yeah, that's fine. He said, you might want to come and have a look at it. So I was like, right, okay. I was like, not expecting.
You might want to come have a look at it.
And then you turn up and you're like, oh my God, this is fucking huge. And like,
you must get a little buzz.
Oh, mate, I was buzzing. You saw this and I was like, this is going to look fucking sick when it's done. So I was really happy. Like, as soon as I looked at it, I was like, I'm doing this straight away.
Oh, so that's a bit blurry, that one.
Yeah, but it's massive. Yeah, so we supplied the oak. So they're going to be stairs inside. So they were huge.
Look at the size of them.
Yeah, they were like 12 by 12, so like a foot by a foot, so like big.
So is that oak?
Yeah, that's oak there. That's just air dried oak.
See, I know my stuff, mate.
Yeah, you're getting there, aren't you? But yeah, so they've obviously cut these pieces out here, so they fit in. So I've just supplied them in I supplied them in a 12 by 12 square, and they've cut these pieces out so they slide in and
sanding them down. And
they've sanded them down.
What else are they going to have to do to that now?
Nothing. They should be fine. You can leave oaks just to air dry like that. They should be fine. They're massive pieces as well.
Gonna say, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like
it's cool.
I think this house is gonna look so good when it's done. So that's why we're gonna get the drone up and
got to be done.
Have a look. But yeah, so he's got
Booty.
Like a decking area. I think he's gonna have a massive decking area out the front. This is gonna be a balcony, so he's gonna have glass up here. So we did all the oak frames. This is all oak framed here. All the cladding at the back, size, whatever, and the double garage. And at the back, there's an oak frame, everything. So this was like a massive one. This was like this. I told him I'd give him an estimate. It's just gone way over, but he's wanted more stuff. I never.
Right, you don't take the piss. I've seen.
Oh no, mate! Like
you could do as well, just the nature of something. But yeah,
especially some people you supply, because they obviously add their bit on as well. So you could. I like working with people like that because they don't haggle on price, because they know the quality you do or you provide is good.
And like you say, they can ring you and say, "I need it quick now. Do you mind?" Or
that's what I try and do. Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to not get away from. I think it's quite like, for me, that's sort of a niche that people say, "Oh, I need it by this time," and I'm like, "I'll just do it, mate. It's fine." Like, I'm not bothered about working late anymore. Just what else would I be doing? Do you know what I mean? Like watching TV or something. It's just like
it's not your thing.
No,
is it?
Not really. Like,
pardon me.
Wait. I try and help people out as much as possible. I think that's in my nature anyway. Like,
absolutely, yeah, you can tell that.
But yeah, I think I don't know if he's put the fence in that, but he's building a massive fence around it as well. So I supplied all that, and yeah, all the oak down here, just everything. It's just this house is gonna be so cool.
What would you say? You know, when you get involved in stuff like this now, the 25-year-old Harley, when you were starting out, what do you say to that guy? Or what do you think he's thinking right now?
I would never be thinking I'd be doing anything like that. Ever.
It's quite a short time to be able to, and and it's no offense to you, like, you've done it off the back of your sheer graph, without because now we're doing the new brand, and we'll talk about some of that.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't really borrowed any money. I obviously the machine was financed, but I haven't borrowed
since then.
No, mate. So I bought. So the digger I bought was like 10 plus VAT. And my mate I paid that off in 6 months, so I just worked like fuck, and I
Yeah,
paid him
yeah.
£5 and I was paying him like increments. He was happy because he bought his own, but like didn't borrow anything. So I've just sort of, if I couldn't afford it, I just haven't had it to start with. So
You just go, I'm going to work for this.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And but I needed, like, it's like that. I needed that digger for the yard so I could move stuff. So I needed
Yeah.
it. So I knew I had to. I just like, right, I'm just
Gotta
gonna
do it.
fucking do it. Yeah, mate. It was,
And Lauren's are like, how much you spend again?
just don't.
She's
Tell
like,
her,
I
mate.
want to
You
go
just-
on holiday.
Yeah, I know. You just buy it and then you tell her after. It's fine.
Yeah. There you go. Any advice for you chaps out there ready to invest in a business and go for it?
Just
Tell your wife or missus after
yeah,
you
just-
do it.
Yeah.
Don't talk for it. They're going to talk you out.
Yeah, but like I think now,
They want a new washing machine or kitchen
Yeah.
utensils.
She-
No, I'm going to get.
buy digger,
Cancel
mate.
that.
Diggers
Yeah,
are
buy
so
a
much better, mate. I promise. They are the class. But
Cancel me. Go on.
yeah, they're what was I going to say? I think she at the start, like I say, she was worried, but now she sort of see it. It's going all right now, and I think it's probably just the communication of telling. That was the main thing. I just like.
Yeah.
But it's a bloke thing. I think we think about things a lot ourselves and don't speak about it like that. Like a lot of things, but like. I just knew in my head I had a plan and I was going to do it, and that was it. So.
Nothing going to stop you.
Nah, fuck that, mate. Like that, it was one of them. I was just going to
Oh.
do it. So
Yeah. On those last projects, if what are we looking at like price wise for? I know you have to do it by job, but to give people, I don't know, like any prospects that are potentially watching this or in the future, come by.
so that one in Loxall, so the one like 5 miles away from the yard, was like 8,500 for
Yeah,
all the
okay.
that was all the cladding. That was the complete like. So he said it was like a metre squared, and then I price it by metres cubed, so I just had to work out and convert it to metres squared, which is fine. But like that will last forever, to be honest. So you're
Yes.
spending that, and it's like this one-time sort of payment, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and like I said to him, I said, if you, like, I say to everyone, I said, if you're not happy with anything, talk to me. Just let me know. Like, I'm not going to bite your head off or anything like that. I'd rather work with you than not work with you at all. So,
Yeah.
and like that, the big one, it was an estimate at like 12, I think, something like that. But then it's obviously it's more
It
than
runs
that now.
on. It runs on.
It does,
yeah,
but
not too bad.
he wants more stuff. So
Yeah.
it's I can't just do it for free. It's everyone's got to make the money and
Yeah. Yeah.
it looks cool. So
I mean, it looks
Yeah, I mean,
epic.
I
I
think-
mean, you got to
Yeah, but-
hats off to you. You got to respect the graft.
yeah, definitely, mate. But what do you do? It's like that. It's I love it doing it, and it's like that. You see, like me taking a raw material and turning it into something like that, and you think. So that's what I want to do. Sort of like the progression now of going on is I want
Yeah.
to sort of offer more like types of like timber like profiling, so like the tongue and groove, the shadow gap, stuff like that. So I've got to buy like a.
Hey.
I'm not buying anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not buying anything. No, I'm buying like hopefully in time get a like a spindle mauler that can plane stuff, so planed all round, so like oak posts and stuff like that, planed
Yeah.
instead of just rough sawn, and like the tongue and groove stuff like that. So it's more of a what's the word? I don't know. Like not a better product, but like a more quality product, as in it's more money,
Yes.
but it's like they look.
Better finish, different. Finish.
Yeah, it's all planed, and then it's like tongue and groove still fit together and stuff like that. And bits
So you're
and pieces.
sort of I think in that sense maybe you're cutting out some of that work that has to be done on site. potentially?
yeah, and sort of
Pardon me.
yeah. So like that, if they're putting together like that, that's just 6x on the 3x, and then nail it to the thing. But they still got to nail it there. But
Okay.
it's fit. They're fitting it, and it's more like it's a higher quality product. So like I want to go
Right.
to there. That's what I want to do now, is get to that point where you're doing those like grand design house where they want the tongue and groove or they want the shadow gap, and then I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know what I mean? So offering it to more people, but like the jobs that are bigger and they want that sort of kind of stuff.
So there's plenty of it. I think people
yeah,
are.
definitely.
So that's your next I don't know, year goal. How do you think of for the business? What is how do you just go take day by day? Are you thinking ahead? Like you said earlier, you used to do it more. Now you're getting involved. Maybe we you want to talk about? I mean, we've obviously done a rebrand.
Yeah, mate.
And
Looks unreal.
it looks apart. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
really
it just
good. I'm so happy with that.
gets you up to actually, that's the thing. You did everything before yourself pretty much, and
I think it gets you to a point, like, and it's been good. And like, well, to be fair, I've only been going like properly timber sales and stuff for like just over a year now.
Yeah, with the new yard and everything else. Yeah.
So now I've got to bump it up now, which is like. You've rebranded all this and done everything.
The website's coming.
Yeah, mate, and it looks sick.
It's going to look epic.
Oh, mate, it looks so good. So I'm really happy with that, and I think you have to do that to get, level up, if you know what I mean. So
it's that combination of, okay, you built the reputation, credibility, and you're like, if anyone speaks to you, 9 times out of 10, if they're looking at any other options, they're going to go with Harley.
Yeah.
Or Lego.
Yeah.
but then if someone's a stranger online and they don't get to see you and they just land on your website or they find you on Google, whatever, and they go, okay, looks the part. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to look professional now, don't you?
The digital footprint now is it's kind of just been put on a pedestal since COVID, especially.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's the next phase, really bumped up, and you're willing to invest in that.
100%, I think, because for me, I'm just good at cutting wood, mate, and I love doing it, but I'm not. Like,
it's not just cutting wood, No, I know you're saying,
but
it's like me. I'm just
yeah, it's like that. That's my.
That's your forte.
Yeah, but that's not the whole business, if you know what I mean. Like you say, it has to be well-rounded in terms of the marketing side of it. Because if I haven't got that, then how am I getting across to people and getting sales? So that's why this is.
I think about the video we've already done so far. We've got loads more coming, but I think people are genuinely curious as to what you do and a bit of story about it. That's why the recent one you're doing posts before, and you might get 300, 500 views. You do one post like reel and stuff, and it's 5,000 or whatever.
Yeah, it's really good.
And you go, okay,
yeah.
Maybe again, it's not about views and numbers. I always say to people, like, you can get lost in the vanity metrics. Oh my god, it's ultimately okay. Was at least 4% of those people a potential customer?
Yeah,
and then they're going to see that today and go, okay, they might not buy today. They might not get in touch with the next one.
But they know.
They go, he does that
They've
now.
seen me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, it's the exposure, isn't it, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Like, exposure to the right people, but exposure's good anyway.
And you've got to say the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Because, again, we're just being hit by, oh, okay, we're at war with this country now. Or these guys are both... It's something else taking your attention.
Yeah, definitely. And like you say, you've got to grab people straight away, haven't you? Like, I was just...
Got to make a statement.
Yeah, I was just posting pictures and stuff, which is fine. But it gets the same, doesn't it? And I think,
people want variety.
He's just posting pictures again. You're like,
yeah, you boring bastard.
Yeah,
what you like.
That's it, mate. But like, I think, like you say, if they see me, it's like now they'll see me and be like, oh, he's literally just a fucking bloke from South Molton. Like, and I literally am. I'm not, and I'm not afraid to say it. It's fine, but anyone can do it. I've done it, and I'm not there yet, and I'm miles off from being where I want to be. But you have to start, and that's what I've done. So.
And we talk to each other about this stuff over the last few months, but this is, this is what we'll remember. Is actually what we'll remember. Like, someone may think, oh god, I want to get to that. I want to reach that. Yeah. When we get there, we're just going to be, oh, okay, we'll remember this moment here. And when you're, I don't know, wherever we're going to be. Yeah. But it's like, no, you after this, going to do that delivery, doing the graft. Yes, okay. Sometimes there is a thing, like, there's the movement now is. Or entrepreneurship, in a sense, became mainstream 2017-ish. I think there's a push there. And all this sort of like... And you see online, like, tech community, someone just exited for hundreds of millions of pounds, and there's a new investment and venture funds. Obviously, you don't get involved in that. But what about... I like the movement where it's like, if you really love this stuff, like you said, like you were born into... You like the smell of it, the petrol, everything. That's just you. You weren't playing games.
No.
Does it really matter now? Okay, you got your body, physical body. You're in good nick. But... what if you did this for the next 30 years and you earn good shillings? Let's say you earn good money. That $8.5 grand expenses might have gone out, but overall it all comes back in.
Yeah, exactly. It comes round, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes round.
It's just the timings of it.
And so you think, I don't know, let's just say, pluck a number out there, that on your one-man band you might do, I don't know, 200k turnover.
Yeah.
At one point, we're not going to disclose any numbers here, guys, but that ain't bad for a one-man. Well, let's say you got a small team behind you doing some various things.
Yeah.
But for a few of you. And you enjoy what you do?
Yeah,
what's wrong with that?
Yeah, exactly. I think, and it depends how far you want to take it, isn't it? Some people
get those people on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot of stress.
Diversify.
I don't know if I want to be. I think I want to just to see how far I can take it, because I think that's in a way I'm like I'm here now. Like, how far can I actually take this now? I'm like
another 5 years, another 10 years.
Yeah, like, and
if you think out longer.
Yeah, like if I'm. And I think I've seen people that are doing it that are that big and they're doing it, and I'm like, well, if they're doing it, why the fuck can't I do it? Do you know what I mean? And and like, everything's possible, isn't it? And I think, you know, if they're doing it, I can do it. So I'm gonna fucking try my best to do it. Like,
give it a good crack.
Yeah, I think you got to. Like you say, if you look back and you think, oh, I wish I actually pushed it a bit more, or I can push it, and if it doesn't work, I can bring it back. But if I don't do any of it, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd done that, I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna be really pissed off with myself. So I'm just, it's one of them. You just got to do it. I think, like, just send it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Fucking go. Is that
Yeah,
so?
mate.
If anyone like viewing this, and they might be a local chap in South Molton or up, I don't know, Scotland
anywhere,
or
mate.
fucking in the middle of the country. They're thinking, oh, you know what? I'm trapped, because we've both been there. You feel trapped.
Yeah.
You got Sunday dread, or even midweek dread, or every night dread going into work. You're going, right, fuck, I got to do this for another
40
and I don't,
years of my
but
life,
it's that
mate.
gap between, okay, if you want this life that we get up and we get to come and do this, and then we've got to close. Look, we're gonna have to catch up. So we'll be working till 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
You know, maybe obviously, try
Try not
to.
to, but
try not to. But you don't mind it.
It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Like you say, like, you know, have a nice time off now, like doing this, which is, it's different and it's nice, but you have to sort of sacrifice your time now and get back on it and catch up, which is fine. I don't mind it.
No.
But I'm doing
It's
it for
not.
myself, aren't I? Not, you know, for someone else, which is good. So,
But it's just knowing that once you choose this road,
Yeah.
the self-doubt over moments, there's going to be some dark times on the
Yeah,
way. But if
100%.
you can dig in,
Yeah, I
suddenly
think-
it sorts itself out.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Starts to
I
come
think
in.
it's nothing's ever easy, but
No.
then
Choose
I
your,
thought-
choose your hard. isn't it?
yeah, exactly. Choose your hard. Like it's going to be hard working for some for the rest of your life, and maybe it's going to be shit. I was like, fuck it.
What have we got to lose here?
Yeah,
man?
exactly. Well, you haven't like you just got to do it, mate. I think
Thank
have a
yourself,
good
man.
plan. I
Yeah.
think you have to think it through. Definitely, like don't just. You have to have a plan of like, right, can I afford it to start with, or how am I going to get to a point where I can afford to sort of do it and then get into it. I think if you just jump into it and you're like, oh, fuck, I've got no money, or it'll be a struggle, a big struggle. But I think you have to have a bit of a plan, like, and you have, like you said, I didn't tell many people, but you have to have people that are willing to help you. Like, that was a good, like, it's like my good mate from school, Sam Hobbs. Like, he had a shed, and I was like, look, can I park it in there? Like, to start with, that was like, he's like, yeah, that's fine, mate, no worries. Didn't charge me anything, nothing.
Really?
So he's really lucky. Like, people like that willing to help you, like.
People do want to help.
Yeah, they do, 100%. Yeah, and if you're struggling, like, sometimes you come and help me fix the machine sometimes and stuff like that, and he's like, oh, don't worry about it, man, it's fine. Like, you're like,
it goes a long way though, and especially in the early stages.
Yeah, 100%.
You need a leg up here and there.
Yeah, you
and it's hard as blokes to ask for help. I really struggle.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can sort it out on my own. I don't need you.
Yeah.
And in the
But
end
you
of the
do,
days,
yeah. You feel like it's sort of like your pride's being hit a bit if you're asking for help, but you do. You shouldn't be afraid to ask questions either. It's like you don't know
Ask like a
everything.
dummy.
Yeah,
sound like a dummy. Sorry, yeah.
you know, you shouldn't be afraid to, because you just some things you don't know, and I'm learning every day still. So I think that's the best way to be anyway. Like, I'd rather learn every day, and then making mistakes, that just treat them as a lesson.
Because they talk about that, Hayes. They talk about obviously failure, and they make it sound like, oh no, just fail fast. Keep failing. Failure absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
It hits
It's
you.
not
It
nice,
can
but-
knock you, and you're like, or rejection, or these things are naturally like our human build-up. We can't stand it. But I've multiple businesses have failed. It's things I've tried in money, invested in stuff. Like you said, you invest in certain things or jobs, and you don't get paid for it. And you go, you fucker. But you just get back on the saddle.
You have to, don't you? There's only one way, isn't there?
So
you can't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Not going to help anyone. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's true. You have to do something about it. Get back out there and just keep grinding, mate. But
that's the message, folks. I think that's. Mate, I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. Hopefully you have.
Oh yeah, loved it, mate. It's something different, and
I'm gonna say you're not used to this, are you?
Oh mate, no, not. This is different, but it's good. It's like you say, just get a normal bloke on chatting about stuff. You know, and then hopefully people relate about it as well. Don't
Might
they?
bridge the gap. You
Yeah,
like you say, you think you see these guys online, you think, Christ, he talks too clean, and he's
Yeah.
done it. He's figured it all out. God, we haven't figured it out. have we?
Fabricated as well, like with the big ones, and you think, oh,
Yeah.
they've got massive, you know, and you're like, yeah, but you don't know the story, do you? Like this is, I'm
don't.
telling you what's happened, and it's true. So
Yeah, I think you guys could probably tell that I don't think you're going to get more authenticity, a genuine bloke. So I appreciate you coming on, mate.
No, thank you for having me, mate. It's been good.
Where can people find you? So what they want to search and stuff. So you got
Instagram, Facebook, got the website now, HRA Sawmill Services.
Yeah, it's about to launch any minute now.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, so that will obviously on the website. It'll take you. You can literally message me directly on WhatsApp. Anything really. So trying to get all those lines of inquiry right back to me, aren't we? So
yeah, nice and easy.
Yeah, nice, and just make it nice and simple for people for the website as well. Like you say, now people can buy off the website straight off the website, which is good.
Figure it out with the calculator. Figure out what's going to cost.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
I think it's just like you say, making it easy for people to make a decision, isn't it? If they're right there, and they can buy it.
We'll get in touch, ask you a quick question. You'll be back to them.
I try and get back to people the same day, mate.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone all the time.
You're fucking hell. You're WhatsApp, mate.
It's busy.
It's the business world. It's the business life.
Yeah, but if you want the sales, you got to be on it, ain't you?
Yeah.
So, and I want them. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, guys. See you next time.